In this clip, you are going to learn what is TimeLiner simulation. As I mentioned in my Getting Started with Autodesk Navisworks course, this program is becoming an integral part of the BIM project delivery. And the reason is because it is used to find and resolve clashes. But in addition to that, there's a really smart module in this program called TimeLiner that lets you create 5D construction simulation. So where do we use this 5D construction simulation? It is used for visual communication and analysis of the building construction. I'm asked on a regular basis what is 5D. So all of us know 3D is our three-dimensional model. The fourth dimension is time, and the fifth dimension is cost. So using the TimeLiner module, we can link the time and the cost to our 3D model, so we can play a 5D construction simulation. So it becomes really useful for us to visually communicate any issues or problems during the building construction. The TimeLiner simulation allows you to link an external project file such as Asta, Primavera, or normal Microsoft project. You can also link a CSV file and automatically import the tasks from those project files. Once you've imported those tasks, you can then attach Autodesk Navisworks items to those tasks. Now again, there is a really smart way of automatically attaching items to the tasks. To give you an idea, there was a massive construction in the state of Victoria here in Australia, and the Navisworks model of that particular construction had a schedule with 20,000 tasks attached to it. Now imagine manually attaching objects to those tasks. It's going to be a tedious process. So Navisworks allows you to automatically attach items to those tasks. You're going to learn about all those things in this course. You can also add various types of costs to those tasks. For example, labor cost, equipment cost, subcontractor cost, and so on. So the whole idea is at any point of time in your construction simulation, you can go to a date and you can find out how much money would be required in that project as of that particular date. So really handy for the cash flow and budgeting purpose. Once you have added all this information, you can then play the construction simulation. You can also manually add tasks, as I mentioned earlier. So the idea of manually adding tasks is for linking animated scenes. The great part of this program is that it also lets you play planned versus actual simulation. Now what does this mean? So for example, we planned to pour the slab starting 16th of January, but for some reason we could not do that. Maybe it rained all week, so our construction is running 7 days behind. So in that case, we can also add the actual dates. We already have the planned dates coming from our schedule. Once those dates are added, you can then play planned versus actual simulation to see how far behind the actual construction schedule you are. But before you go to the next clip of this module or the other modules, I want to show you a little glimpse of what you'll be able to achieve by the end of this course. What you see here is the TimeLiner window where I've got an external schedule linked. So if I go to the Data Sources tab, you can see here that I've got a CSV file of an external schedule linked to this Navisworks model. All these tasks that you see here are imported from that schedule. I've got my planned start and planned end dates, and I also have my actual start and actual end dates. I've got various items attached to these tasks, and I can see the costs as well. On the right side here, I've got my Gantt chart giving me the information about the planned schedule and the actual schedule. Once you have all this information in your TimeLiner window, you can now play the simulation. I'll play the simulation in the full screen mode. Now this is a 5D simulation because what you see on the left in the green color are the material, labor, equipment, and subcontractor cost and the total cost of the project. The text in red are the tasks that are currently being played, and the text in blue shows you the number of days into the project, number of weeks into the project, current date and time. What you see at the front in blue are the temporary items such as site offices. You can see all the cranes animating. And right now you can see the camera taking us from the front of the building to the rear of the building. And now it is going to show us the construction simulation from the rear of the building. As you can see, when the construction simulation finishes, the temporary items such as cranes and site offices disappear. As I said, the whole idea of showing you this simulation at this stage was to give you an idea of what you'll be able to achieve by the end of this course. In the coming clips and modules, you're going to learn about all these tools. So see you there.